Senator Sullivan, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank our witnesses here. I also want to, like everybody else, keep the families and victims of this outrageous shooting of our National Guardsmen from West Virginia here in D.C. Just an outrage. I try to go running on the mall every morning, exercising. Whenever I see our National Guardsmen out there, I feel good about them. I always stop them. I thank them. I hope that's what everybody does. By the way, that incident should help spur, I hope, on both sides of the aisle. I have legislation called the Protect Our Heroes Act. I introduce it every year. A lot of Republican co-sponsors, no Democrat co-sponsors yet. It's a simple bill. It says if you try to purposely ambush and lure a first responder, law enforcement, National Guard, police, firefighter into a situation where you then attack them, kill them, that we will federalize that crime. We will make the penalties very high, and if you kill that person, you will get the death penalty. It's called Protect Our Heroes. And I would love it if some of my Democrat colleagues could come on board, because that is exactly what just happened to these young, brave National Guardmen. And the people who did it should get the death penalty when they kill someone. So let me go to you, Mr. Young. The legal framework and precedent of this, I think it's important in the history. You know, there's a lot of revisionist history going on. My first deployment as a U.S. Marine, I did a MU-ARG deployment to the Indo-PACOM region. I was based at Camp Pendleton. When I came back, my battalion was a 6-month deployment, and then half the battalion was ordered by the president, it was President Clinton, I've been around a while, to go to the southern border, and the other part of the battalion was sent to the Umatilla National Forest to go fight forest fires, because it was a really big forest fire season, and the forest fire capability of the United States was tapped out. So they called up the Marines. So we've been doing this for a long time, including a deployment to the border, to secure the border. In the mid-90s, that's when my Marine Corps battalion, active duty battalion, did it. There was no demoralized feelings there. I don't know where the hell Senator Warren gets that. We were motivated Marines. President of the United States told us to go different places, and we went. That's what you do in the military. So can you give me a little sense of the legal framework and the precedent of these kind of National Guard deployments, Mr. Young? It's not the first time we've done this, right?
No, Senator, it's not. And the border mission, as you stated, has been long enduring. And
decades, right?
That's right.
Democrats,
yes,
Republicans have ordered our active
Democrats
duty forces
and Republicans, yes,
to
Senator.
the border to secure the border.
Yes, sir.
Bill Clinton did it when I was an active
yes,
duty.
and they've been doing it in various duty statuses, whether it be non-federalized in Title 32, where governors would send troops to the border, in a collaborative sense, also in Title 10, under differing administrations. Sir.
There's a legal basis and legal precedent that extends decades with Republican and Democrat administrations, correct?
It is, yes, sir.
Okay, let me turn to you, General Guillot. I think you're doing a great job there. You've seen this chart many times. My state's a busy place, right? We get incursions from the Russians and Chinese all the time. Another one, thanks for giving me a heads up right before Thanksgiving, including joint Russian-Chinese strategic bomber task forces, naval task forces, and our EEZ. But I wanted to ask you, particularly, General, the role of the National Guard in these operations, because these are frontline operations going directly against our adversaries, wing to wing, when our fighters go intercept Russian Bear bombers and MiGs that are armed. Dangerous work. We do it all the time up in Alaska. How critical is the National Guard in those missions?
Senator, the National Guard is essential in those missions.
Indispensable, aren't they?
Absolutely. I say frequently that the success of NORAD and NORTHCOM starts and stops with our relationship with the National Guard. To answer your question specifically, in Alaska, we have the 49th Missile Defense Brigade Battalion at
The
Fort
Missile
Greely.
Defense Unit that's protecting the entire United States of America right now as we speak.
From ICBM attack, yes, sir.
Correct, is National Guard unit.
That's right. Entirely National Guard. They're at Fort Greely. Also, as you mentioned, the air defense is run by 14 different National Guard wings for fighters, 6 National Guard wings for refuelers, including one in Alaska, and as well as an air defense squadron in Alaska that work side by side with the active duty forces to conduct the intercepts that you mentioned.
Let me ask one final quick question for you, General. You have to make the balance between kind of state-related National Guard missions and national issues, I would say, intercepting Russian bear bombers and tanking the fighters that go do that is certainly a national mission. It matters to Alaska, it matters to the country. How do you balance that? I want to compliment again the National Guard, the Coast Guard on this big typhoon that hit Western Alaska. It didn't make a lot of press out here. 51 rescue missions, saved 51 lives. Unfortunately, we lost a couple Alaskans in those brutal storms, but that was kind of a state-specific example. How do you make the balance on the National Guard's missions when you have national and state-related missions?
So the way we do it is we have constant and steady relationships with the tags to let them know that federal forces are available if needed to complement the initial response in the state. In the case that you just mentioned, I think the response by the Alaska National Guard was phenomenal, and they did not require any federal assistance. But through Northcom, we contact your tag and tags all across the country to make sure they know that we are ready with Title X assistance if needed.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Peter.